Hi, I'm Mayor David Black, and welcome to City Happenings. As we celebrate our great nation's birth, we also need to be safety conscious. Fireworks safety is crucial, and we have tips on how to stay safe. Our Papillion Days Duathlon once again experienced full participation and was a huge success. Our police department hosted training for first responders when dealing with those with special needs. Here's City Happenings for the week of June 27th.
Thanks, Mayor Black. The 4th of July is just days away. We all like to celebrate, but we also need to use common sense and stay safe.
The biggest thing is make sure you're using fireworks that are appropriate and they are legal. We've had issues in the past where illegal fireworks have been found at scenes. Improvised fireworks, they're combining them with other fireworks that they shouldn't be, and storage is another big thing. Afterwards, something didn't go off, they pick it up, and then it goes off. Leave it set for a good 20, 30 minutes, then wet it down, make sure something's just not sitting there smoldering inside. Sparklers, especially the metal ones with kids love sparklers, but the metal ones become very, very, very hot. We're talking close to 800-900 degrees. And they stay hot. Even after they're out, they're still very warm. And you'll end up getting second, third-degree burns on your hands if a little kid picks it up. So that's another thing. When they're done, throw them on the ground, put them in a metal bucket, wet them down. Always have water handy, whether a garden hose or a bucket of water. And when you're cleaning up, once again, a metal bucket away from the structures, and wet them down again. Just make sure they're wet so we don't have an issue of them catching fire and extending into your house. Supervision. If you're going to let your kids do it, be with them. Make sure they're safe. Once they light it, make sure they get away from it. Eye protection. Make sure, if they're going to be lighting off fireworks, make sure they have eye protection. Don't aim fireworks at other people. Kids have a tendency to do that, especially the older kids playing around. We'll shoot fireworks at each other. They may not mean to hurt each other. They may think it's fun, but once again, somebody will get hurt. Eye protection is a big thing, and make sure they're not having a handful of fireworks and a punk in the other hand and they come together. We don't want another incident like happened several years ago where a child did lose several fingers. We don't want those incidents happening.
The 10th Papillion Days Duathlon went off without any problem.
I think this year went off great. I mean, we had perfect weather out on Sunday, which was like the first time in 3 years. I think the last 3 years we either had rain, wind, thunderstorms that we've had to either postpone or just be sopping wet the entire day. So this race in 2011 went off perfectly, I think. I mean, with the new route, or I guess you should say the old route, being able to go back on the Highway 370, everybody was very pleased with that, and it made for a safer route. We had less accidents than we did the year before due to the course changes. And I think everybody who showed up the day of finished the race, so we didn't have anybody who could not finish or wasn't able to finish the race. I just think it made everybody happier and felt a little better about the route because they knew it was going to be a little more wide open. When we weren't able to use Highway 370, we had to utilize a lot more trail. And the trail's not very big, and when you're having bikers going at high speed trying to pass each other, it's almost impossible. And there's too many tight turns and chances to get in accidents, which we did have a lot of accidents last year. But like I said, this year we had 2 minor scrapes, and that's it. Nothing major, and that was just due to user error on the bikes. And then I think this year went great. This was our 10th year doing it, so it's every year it's pretty easy to set up. It takes a lot of work, but at the same time it's got going through the motions each year, and we're always looking for new ways to improve it and offer something different that other races don't. And I think we already do offer something that other races don't, just by the city's support. I mean, our races are probably some of the safest races in the state due to the police being involved, the fire being involved, public works, every department's coming together, where other races don't have that kind of support.
59-year-old Paul Braunschweiler was the overall winner. Here's a look at the overall top finishers. Jennifer Furs was the first woman to finish. Local law enforcement, led by the city's police department, received training on how to deal with special needs folks.
This is something that the Papillion Police Department had contacted Christy Fedden with the school district and had asked that we come in and do additional training on special needs and autism, just so that their officers can have more education while out on the field to protect them and to protect the children of Papillion.
I was really excited because we do spend a lot of time educating children, and I work in our birth to 5 population. So we also educate families, but what we didn't realize is that we could also impact our community by interacting with and really educating the people that keep us safe in this community, and really providing information that might be helpful when they're out on an emergency call.
We're going to talk about how to recognize and respond to a child with special needs and with autism. A lot of times speech can be affected, but even when they come on the scene, children with special needs are going to be acting differently, and so just giving the police officers skills on how to respond to them, how to recognize it immediately, and to keep them safe, to keep the kids safe, and just to make it so that the incident doesn't end up escalating is primarily what we're interested in training the officers.
The Papillion Police Department's been very active in pursuing this training, and Officer Elsasser also is associated with the school district. He's assigned at Papillion-La Vista South, so has some experience on that level, but he really advocated for bringing some additional training to the police department as a whole. My goal is to give first responders the tools that they might be able to use in an emergency situation. Actually, my husband is in law enforcement, so I understand that the first priority is the safety of everybody involved in the situation. But if the officers or the first responders have this information, and perhaps it would cause them to maybe take pause in reacting to a certain situation where they know they're dealing with a child with a disability or a youth or even an adult with a disability, if they might have some additional tools that they could pull on that would help maybe not cause the situation to escalate beyond where it would need to escalate.
Our great nation celebrates the 4th of July, and I urge you to be safe when joining in the celebration. We are truly blessed to live in the greatest country on earth. And please take time to check out all of the great things happening in Papillion over the summer. Sumter Amphitheater is in full swing with its many events. Market Fair is going strong on Wednesday nights in City Park. Cool off at Papio Bay and enjoy our 2 excellent golf courses, Terra Hills and Eagle Hills. For more about Papillion, go to www.papillion.org or just call the Mayor's Hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.